Welcome to Drifting Clouds on a Summer Afternoon, a soothing and tranquil sleep story designed to gently lull you into a peaceful and restful sleep. If you find that this story brings you a sense of calm and relaxation, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Before we begin Maeve's journey into the quiet heart of the meadow, we'll start with a gentle breathing guidance to help you unwind and prepare for the peaceful moments ahead. If you prefer to skip directly to the story, you can find the timestamps for each chapter in the description below, where you can join Maeve as she finds peace in the simple act of watching the clouds drift by on a warm summer afternoon. Take a moment to settle comfortably, allowing your body to find its most natural position, whether you are lying down or sitting. Let your weight sink into your mattress or chair, feeling fully supported and at ease. Adjust any pillows or blankets you need to, creating a cozy haven just for you. This is your time to gently release the day's events and invite calm and quiet into your evening. Feel yourself settle into the quiet space. Allow the gentle rhythm of nature within the story to wash over you, guiding you into a state of deep relaxation. Let's begin with a soft, calming breath together. Inhale slowly and gently through your nose, allowing the air to flow easily and naturally, filling your lungs with a sense of peace. Then exhale softly through your mouth, like a gentle sigh of relief, releasing any tension from your body. As you breathe in, feel the warmth of the sun and the soft scent of chamomile. And as you breathe out, visualize any worries drifting away, like the gentle clouds above. Allow these sensations to fill your mind with ease and tranquility. If your mind begins to wander, and it is natural that it might, that's perfectly okay. Gently let your thoughts drift by like clouds in a peaceful sky, and then just as gently return your attention to your breath or the sound of my voice. There's nothing you need to do now except listen, relax, and allow the gentle rhythms of the meadow to guide you toward rest. Feel the soft sway of the grass, the gentle hum of nature, the rhythm of your breathing, and let them gently carry you away into a peaceful sleep. Chapter 1. The Gentle Invitation. The soft, warm blanket felt familiar beneath Maeve's fingers, the weave slightly softened by time and use. She unfolded it with a slow, deliberate grace, the cotton fabric whispering quietly as it settled into the tall grasses of the meadow. A gentle slope of emerald and gold invited her, a place where wildflowers nodded their bright heads in the soft breeze. She adjusted her position, allowing her weight to settle into the earth, feeling the ground beneath her, a silent support to her form. Her hands found the edge of the blanket, smoothing the surface, a small, repetitive motion that brought a sense of grounded comfort. The air carried a faint, sweet perfume of chamomile, a delicate scent that seemed to wrap around her like a soft shawl. She inhaled deeply, letting the fragrance fill her lungs, a gentle invitation to slow down, to be present. Around her, the meadow seemed to breathe, the gentle swaying of grass and wildflowers, creating a visual rhythm that mirrored her own breath, slow and easy. The warmth of the sun settled on her skin, a soft, enveloping sensation that brought a feeling of ease and deep calm. She stretched her arms above her head, feeling the gentle pull in her shoulders, and then relaxed them, letting them fall naturally to the side of her body. She allowed her gaze to drift towards the sky, a vast expanse of pale blue speckled with clouds that seemed to float with an effortless grace. She closed her eyes for a moment, feeling the soft pulse of the sun on her eyelids, and then slowly opened them again, now drawn to the delicate dance of the clouds, each a unique form in the sky. The way they shifted, subtle shapes changing and reforming, created a slow unfolding drama, a quiet ballet above. The clouds drifted with a lazy grace, their edges softening into the light of the afternoon. She took in the scene, the gentle hum of unseen bees, the soft rustle of grasses beneath her, and the whisper of the wind caressing the treetops, each sound a subtle, soothing note in the symphony of the meadow. There was no hurry here, no demand for action, only an invitation to be present, to simply observe, to breathe. Maeve shifted slightly on the blanket, drawing her legs up towards her chest before allowing them to rest, slightly bent at the knee, creating a more comfortable position. She brought her attention to the way the air moved against her skin, a soft, cool sensation on her face and hands. She reached out a hand, allowing her fingers to trace the soft, velvety petals of a nearby wildflower. The delicate texture, a gentle reminder of the small wonders all around. She brushed against the soft fuzz on a long blade of grass, feeling a small sense of grounding within her hand. The sun continued to warm her skin, and she felt an inner loosening, a release of any tension she may have been holding, a letting go into the embrace of the afternoon. She took a deep, slow breath, the air filling her lungs with a scent of sun-warmed earth, a feeling of contentment spreading throughout her chest. Her thoughts were like the clouds above, gentle and transient, simply passing by without holding her attention too tightly. She felt no need to follow them, no urge to analyze or judge. They were there, and then they were gone, like fleeting shapes in the sky. She watched a small butterfly flutter past, its wings a flash of pale yellow, a silent visitor to her quiet haven. She was aware of her body on the blanket, the soft earth beneath, the warmth of the sun above, and the gentle movement of the breeze surrounding her. The afternoon unfolded with a gentle, unhurried rhythm, each moment a small, perfect piece of the day. There was no pressure, no demand, just an invitation to settle into the present moment, to be held by the quiet embrace of the meadow. The soft grasses swayed in the gentle breeze, their dance a quiet lullaby for her senses. She took another deep, calming breath, a soft smile, touching the corners of her mouth. She was here, in this moment, safe and at ease, and it felt wonderfully restful. She felt a soft feeling of peace come over her as the sun continued to warm her body, and the sounds of nature gently embraced her. She was simply present, simply breathing, simply observing, and in that simplicity she found a deep sense of calm. The gentle invitation of the meadow was fully received, and she settled deeper, the beginning of a peaceful afternoon. Chapter 2. Shapes in the Sky. Maeve shifted her gaze upward once more, her focus drawn back to the ever-changing canvas of the sky. The clouds, now gently illuminated by the afternoon sun, appeared as soft, billowing forms, each a unique sculpture crafted by the wind. They drifted slowly like gentle ships sailing across a vast, tranquil sea, their shapes shifting and morphing with each passing moment. There was no urgency to their movement, no hurry, only a quiet, continuous unfolding. She noticed the way the light played upon their edges, creating soft, diffused shadows that blended seamlessly with the pale blue backdrop. One cloud, large and rounded, reminded her of a gentle, sleeping giant, its form taking on a soft, almost comforting appearance. She allowed her gaze to trace the edges, the soft curves and billowing folds, feeling a sense of peace in its simple form. As she watched, the shape began to morph, its curves becoming slightly elongated. Then she saw the suggestion of a swan, its neck gracefully arched, its wings spread wide in an effortless glide. It was a fleeting image, delicate and beautiful, quickly fading back into the ever-shifting forms of the sky. She found a quiet amusement in the way the clouds seemed to play with perception, inviting her imagination to wander freely, to find meaning in the ephemeral patterns above. It was a gentle game, one that required no effort, no striving, only a willingness to observe and to allow the mind to play. Another cloud, thin and wispy, stretched like a long, gentle feather across the sky, its edges disappearing into the vastness of the blue, a reminder of the fleeting nature of all things. As she gazed upwards, she noticed how the light was beginning to soften, the intense heat of midday giving way to a more diffused, gentle glow. The colors in the sky seemed to deepen, subtle shifts in the pale blue that brought about a feeling of tranquility. She closed her eyes for a moment, feeling the warmth of the sun on her eyelids, the soft light filtering through the thin skin, a sensation of peaceful internal illumination. Then she opened her eyes again, drawn back to the slow, graceful ballet above. She let her mind drift, allowing her thoughts to become like the clouds themselves, soft, formless, and ever-changing. She watched as a new cloud formation began to emerge, a complex, multi-layered structure that seemed to take shape right before her eyes. She saw within its layers suggestions of ancient castles and distant mountains, each a fleeting illusion, a whisper of imagination gently taking hold and as quickly letting go. There was a sense of timelessness, as if she were witnessing the grand unfolding of nature's artistry, a performance that had no beginning and no end. The clouds continued their slow dance, their movements so subtle that she almost didn't perceive them, yet with each subtle shift there was a new perspective, a new image to discover. She felt a sense of wonder in the simple act of observation, in the discovery of beauty within these ephemeral forms. Each shape, no matter how fleeting, seemed to hold a unique charm, a silent story whispered across the sky. She rested her hands on her belly, feeling the soft rise and fall of her breath, a rhythm that echoed the gentle movement of the clouds above. She felt a sense of peaceful expansion, as if the vastness of the sky were mirroring the vastness within her own inner world. She recognized that, like the clouds, her thoughts and feelings were constantly changing, ever shifting, and that there was no need to hold on too tightly to any of them. It was a comforting feeling, this sense of impermanence, a reminder that all things are in a constant state of flow. She let her attention rest on a small, almost invisible wisp of cloud, its soft texture a subtle marvel against the vast blue. The afternoon was settling more fully into the meadow, the clouds a silent witness to her quiet contemplation. She found an easy comfort within this simple act of observing the sky, a sense of being held by the gentle beauty of the moment. The sky seemed to deepen slightly as the afternoon sun began its slow descent, the clouds still drifting slowly by, their shapes as soft and inviting as ever, a visual lullaby for her senses and a soothing guide for the quiet moments ahead. Chapter 3. Sounds of the Meadow. Maeve gently shifted her attention from the visual dance of the clouds to the auditory landscape surrounding her, allowing the sounds of the meadow to wash over her like a soft, gentle wave. The distant buzz of bees, a low and harmonious hum, filled the air, their tiny wings creating a natural drone that seemed to vibrate within the very fabric of the afternoon. She closed her eyes for a moment, letting the sound envelop her, a reminder of the life force that permeated every corner of this peaceful place. The gentle hum resonated with an underlying sense of vitality, a steady and calming rhythm. She opened her eyes and began to listen for the individual notes within the symphony of the meadow, tuning into the delicate rustle of leaves in the nearby grove of willow trees, their branches swaying gently in the soft breeze, creating a sound like a whisper passing through the canopy. Each leaf seemed to dance in its own unique way, their movements producing a soft, soothing percussion, a natural melody that blended seamlessly with the other sounds of the afternoon. The breeze continued to carry these sounds, gently weaving them together and through her. She noticed the occasional chirp of a bird, a brief melodic note that pierced through the gentle hum and rustle, a playful interlude in the overall tranquility. The bird song was simple, yet filled with a sense of joy, a gentle reminder of the beauty in simplicity. She listened intently, allowing her ear to follow the direction of the sound and noticing the way it faded gently into the distance, a soft echo within the meadow's soundscape. There was no sense of urgency in the bird's song. It was simply a fleeting moment of beauty offered freely to all who would listen. She shifted her attention to the sound of the small stream that meandered along the edge of the meadow, its gentle murmur a constant soothing presence. The water flowed slowly, its movement creating a soft gurgling sound, a continuous rhythmic pulse. She allowed her mind to imagine the water flowing, gently easing its way through the small rocks and grasses, creating a peaceful undercurrent to the other sounds she had been attuned to. She felt a sense of grounding within her body as she acknowledged the subtle movement of the water. As she continued to listen, she noticed how the wind seemed to play with the sounds, creating variations in their intensity and tone. Sometimes the breeze would pick up, causing the rustling of leaves to become slightly louder. Then it would soften again, allowing the gentle hum of the bees to rise to the forefront. It was a dance of sound, ever changing, ever present, a reminder of the dynamic nature of the world around her. The sounds seemed to rise and fall with her own breath, and she felt a sense of ease within the rhythmic fluctuations. She found herself listening not just with her ears, but with her whole body, feeling the subtle vibrations of the sounds resonate within her, creating a gentle hum within her chest. Each sound, however faint, seemed to contribute to the overall feeling of peace and harmony that pervaded the meadow. There was a sense of being surrounded, cradled by this symphony of nature, completely immersed in its soothing embrace. She felt the sun's warmth and the soft grass beneath her, each offering a tactile counterpart to the auditory landscape. She closed her eyes once again, letting the sounds of the meadow wash over her like a gentle stream flowing over her body. She felt no need to analyze or interpret, simply allowing the sounds to be present, to be experienced, to be felt without judgment. She felt the vibrations within her body and how this subtle internal movement created an inner rhythm, a calm hum mirroring the sounds outside of her. She was deeply held within the symphony of the meadow, a participant within the gentle flow of the present moment. The sounds seemed to blend together, creating a single unified tone, a soothing melody that lulled her into a deeper state of relaxation. She felt the warmth of the sun on her face and the soft grass beneath her, all grounding her further into this peaceful moment. She breathed deeply, allowing the sounds to fill her senses, each inhale a gentle reminder of the beauty and tranquility of this place. A moment of peace gently held in the heart of the afternoon. Chapter 4. The Warmth of the Earth. Maeve shifted her awareness from the sounds around her, drawing her attention inward to the physical sensations of her body resting upon the earth. She felt the soft, dry grass beneath her, the blades tickling her skin with a gentle, almost feathery touch. She allowed herself to sink deeper into the blanket, feeling the ground supporting her weight, a solid, unwavering presence beneath. The warmth of the earth radiated upward, a gentle heat that seemed to seep into her muscles, easing any remaining tension that she might have been holding. There was an effortless yielding to the ground that created a feeling of being held. She wiggled her fingers and toes, feeling the subtle textures of the grass and the soft fabric of the blanket against her skin. It was a gentle reminder of her physical form, of her presence within this moment. She explored the sensation of the blanket against her back, feeling how it molded to the curves of her body, a comforting embrace that welcomed her with ease. The small movements created a sense of being within her skin. She took a deep breath, feeling the rise and fall of her chest, the subtle expansion and contraction of her lungs, noticing the simple act of breathing with an inner curiosity. The breath moved through her body like a gentle wave, calming and grounding, drawing her further into the present moment. The warm air filled her lungs with a soft, earthy fragrance, a mixture of sun-baked soil and sweet grasses, creating a sense of deep connection to the natural world. She noticed how this subtle inner action created a sense of spaciousness within her. She consciously relaxed her shoulders, allowing them to drop naturally toward the earth, releasing any tension that might have accumulated there. She felt a subtle loosening in her neck and jaw, allowing all of her muscles to soften. She felt a sense of ease wash over her, a feeling of being held and supported by the ground, as if the earth itself were cradling her in its warm embrace. She took a moment to feel the subtle pressure of her head against the blanket, the weight of her body supported in full surrender. Her attention drifted to the warmth of the sun on her skin, a soft, pervasive heat that penetrated deeply, relaxing her muscles and soothing her mind. She felt the sun's rays on her face, a gentle caress that brought a smile to her lips, the warmth creating an inner glow that seemed to fill her with peace. She noticed how the warmth seemed to gently unfold the small parts of her body that had been holding tension, as if the earth and the sun were a healing balm for her body. She felt a subtle movement within her, a soft unwinding within her physical form. She let her hands rest lightly on her belly, feeling the gentle rise and fall of her breath, the steady rhythm of her body's natural processes, noticing this small inner action with a soft curiosity and gentleness. It was a reminder of the quiet miracle of life, of the intricate systems that work together seamlessly within her. She felt a sense of gratitude for the simple act of being alive, for the warmth of the sun, and for the solid ground beneath her. She felt that she could simply remain here, immersed within the warmth and embrace of nature. As she continued to rest, she felt a deeper connection to the earth, as if her body were becoming one with the meadow itself. She imagined her energy flowing outward, mingling with the earth and the sky, creating a sense of unity with all things. The gentle warmth and subtle pressure created a deeper sense of safety and well-being. She felt the gentle hum of the earth beneath her, an energy that resonated within her very core. She noticed the feeling in her back as it made contact with the soft earth, and how this felt grounding, supportive. She breathed deeply, allowing the warmth of the earth to soothe her and guide her to an even deeper state of relaxation. She felt no need to do anything, no need to strive or achieve, simply allowing herself to be present in the gentle embrace of the earth within this moment of quiet and peace. The soft, warm earth supported her fully, and she settled even more deeply into its gentle embrace, content with this simple and peaceful experience. Chapter 5. A moment of stillness. Maeve's awareness began to drift inward, her mind becoming increasingly quiet, like a still pond reflecting the soft light of the afternoon. The thoughts that once drifted by, like the clouds above, now seemed to gently fade into the background, no longer demanding her attention. There was no effort in this quieting. It was a natural unfolding, a gentle release from the busyness of her mind, as the quiet of the meadow began to gently weave its way into her internal world. She allowed the stillness to settle within her, a deep sense of peace washing over her, an invitation to arrive even more fully into the present. She felt a sense of spaciousness within her, as if the boundaries of her physical self had softened, allowing her awareness to expand, to encompass the world around her. The gentle sounds of the meadow, the warmth of the sun, the soft earth beneath her, all seemed to blend together into a single unified experience, a symphony of the present moment. There was no sense of separation, only a feeling of unity, a gentle awareness of the connectedness of all things. She felt as if the world around her were also becoming quiet, like a reflection of her inner state. She noticed the subtle shifts in her breath, the gentle rise and fall of her chest, the soft rhythmic movement of air flowing in and out of her body. She allowed herself to simply observe her breath, without attempting to change or control it, feeling a deeper sense of peace with the natural unfolding of the present. Each breath was a gentle reminder of her presence in this moment, a quiet anchor to the here and now. The feeling of spaciousness and gentle ease continued to grow. There was no sense of striving, no need to achieve, only a gentle surrender to the present moment, a complete acceptance of the way things were. She felt a deep sense of ease, a feeling of being perfectly content in the quiet of the afternoon. She had no wish to be anywhere else, no desire to change anything, only a profound appreciation for the simple beauty of being alive in this moment. A soft smile played across her lips, an acknowledgement of the deep peace that was within her. She found herself immersed in a deep sense of quiet, a stillness that seemed to emanate from her very core. It was a profound peace, a gentle quietude that permeated her mind, her body, her very being. There was a feeling of release from the demands of daily life, a letting go of all worries and concerns, as if they had simply melted away in the soft light of the afternoon. It was a pure and peaceful inner space, an inner haven she had found through the simple practice of paying attention. She noticed the soft glow of the sun upon the grasses and how it created a gentle warmth all around her, a feeling of being enveloped in a golden light. There was a quiet joy in the simple act of existing, in feeling the gentle embrace of the afternoon. She noticed a small ant making its way through the blades of grass, its tiny movements and intricate dance, a small and joyful expression of the life that was all around her. She felt herself as a part of this gentle experience. As the moments passed, Maeve felt a growing sense of contentment, a quiet joy in the simplicity of the present. There was no need for excitement or adventure, only a deep appreciation for the beauty of the ordinary, for the gentle rhythms of nature, and for the quiet peace that unfolded within her. She felt herself becoming more and more connected to the space around her, feeling held by the earth and embraced by the sky. She was simply, fully present. She allowed herself to drift deeper into the state of stillness, knowing that it was a safe and peaceful place to reside. She felt gratitude for this simple time, for the meadow, for the sun, and for the quiet presence of her own being. She settled further into this peace, her body gently resting on the warm earth, her mind calm and spacious, ready to be gently guided towards sleep. Chapter 6. Letting Go and Drifting. As the afternoon began to wane, Maeve felt a gentle shift in the energy of the meadow, a subtle transition from the bright warmth of the day to the soft embrace of twilight. The sun began its slow descent, casting long, gentle shadows across the grasses, and the air began to cool ever so slightly, bringing a soft feeling of comfort to her skin. There was a quiet and peaceful settling, a feeling of release, a gentle invitation to surrender to the coming evening. She felt her body begin to naturally relax more deeply as the light began to soften. She allowed her gaze to drift upward one last time, observing the clouds as they continued their slow dance across the sky, their colors now shifting from bright white to soft hues of pink and lavender. They seemed to be melting into the horizon, their shapes becoming even more diffused, like gentle brushstrokes on the canvas of the sky. The clouds seemed to be whispering a soft lullaby, a gentle farewell to the day, a sweet invitation to rest. She felt a sense of completion, a natural closure to the afternoon. She brought her awareness back to her body, feeling the soft earth beneath her, the gentle warmth of the sun on her skin, and the rhythmic flow of her breath. She allowed her muscles to soften even further, releasing any remaining tension, and her mind followed her body as she let go of any thoughts that might arise. She felt the weight of her body sink deeper into the blanket, supported fully by the earth, an effortless sense of being held in place. She felt a subtle feeling of being cradled by the meadow. The sounds of the meadow also seemed to soften, the gentle hum of the bees fading into the distance, the rustling of leaves becoming even more subtle, and the murmur of the stream a gentle lullaby. The quiet of the space was now more profound, as all of the sounds began to gently recede, creating space for a deep and comfortable silence. There was a feeling of being completely surrounded by peace, held in the arms of the gentle dusk. Maeve felt a sense of release, a letting go of the day, of all that had come before, and of all that might come next. There was no need to cling, no need to hold on, only a peaceful surrender to the flow of the present moment, fully immersed in the deep present peace. Her body was heavy, relaxed, and completely at ease. Her breath slow, gentle, and rhythmic. The sounds and feelings of the meadow gently guided her inward towards sleep. She noticed the way the light was changing, how the shadows were lengthening, and the colors were becoming softer, more muted, as if the world around her was also preparing for rest. There was no harshness, only a gentle blending of hues, a soft and inviting palette of colors that invited a peaceful and restful mood. The air grew ever so slightly cooler as the sun began to set, creating an even more comfortable environment for her as she relaxed. She allowed her mind to drift like a small boat gently floating on a calm sea, feeling the gentle rocking of her body and the soft caress of the breeze upon her skin, each touch a soft and comforting reminder of her connection to nature. There was no effort in this drifting, no need to direct or control, only a peaceful surrender to the rhythms of her own inner being. She felt as though she were floating through a gentle current, each inhale and exhale guiding her towards sleep. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for this quiet time in the meadow, for the opportunity to rest, to connect with nature, and to find peace within herself. She was ready to surrender to the gentle pull of sleep, knowing that she was safe, held, and completely at ease. Her breath grew even slower and softer, her body sinking deeper into the earth as she drifted gently off, carried by the soft sounds of the meadow and the fading light of the setting sun, into the embrace of a peaceful and restful night.